Howdy folks, welcome to the channel. I'm Don, this is Rockin' the Country, and I have a gift request from a new gift requester, if you will. Travis Owens, thank you for this gift, my friend, and for the request. And I'm going to read what you wrote so people know, but you saw the title, folks. It's Waylon's The Crowd. I don't know the song, so it's a reaction for me. A reaction means I've never seen it before, I haven't heard it before. If I've heard a song once, it becomes just once, it becomes a review. If or at least once. So this is what Travis said in his request email to me. Late 60s Waylon is often overlooked. Before the long hair and beard, he was still great. I don't want to say too much. Thank you for that, by the way, because I don't like to know too much, but a few things are fine for me to know. I don't want to say too much, but he really opens up vocally towards the end. Elvis once said something along the lines of, Roy Orbison is the only person who can outsing me, but I think Waylon was right there with them. That was Travis's commentary. Hope you enjoy. All right, I'm sure I will because it's Waylon. And Waylon, Miranda had been my favorite artist as measured by, for a long time, as measured by the number of songs that hit me just deep in my soul that I could relate to, that I could feel. And she's still one of my favorite artists, absolutely. Waylon, though, was the one who may have replaced Miranda as my favorite artist. And he's got the best title of a song ever. I may be crazy, but it's kept me from going insane. Best line ever. But then Dwight Yoakam, thanks to Renee Muberry and others, but mostly Renee, has immersed us and me in the channel into Dwight. And I'm like, oh my God, that guy. So it's like Waylon, Dwight, and Miranda. But let's see what Waylon's got here. I love going down these rabbit holes, if you will, of artists, going back and back and back to see how they started versus where they're at now. Because Waylon didn't start out necessarily as outlaw. He may have been an outlaw in his heart, but the label wasn't going to have that initially. But then he got to call his own shots, or he said, screw it, I'll move to Bakersfield, or I'll go wherever, and I'll do my own thing.
I go out with the crowd.
And I think this is a Roy. Is this a Roy song?
I play the game, pretending out loud.
That effect. Wow.
But it don't seem the same, for the heart of the crowd is gone from sight, and my part of the crowd is not with me tonight.
His cadence is a little like Roy Orbison's.
I remember the times, each dance with you, all those crazy things that we used to do. Sometimes we'd wait for the dance and then steal away from the crowd in the dance to our hideaway. Oh, but you're gone and it's not the same old game.
Yeah.
I fall apart every time I hear your name. I'll go on with a crowd of make-believe till you come back to me, run back to me, hurry back.
don't know how they make that sound. The Yeah, I mean, Waylon, I mean, I knew Waylon had that he could carry a tune, Travis. And I mean, this really did have a Roy Orbison, certainly lyrical feel to it. I think you said Roy. Why do I think Roy wrote this? I don't know. Maybe I just read that into it, based on your comment about Elvis, but I'm pretty sure Roy wrote this. And I could hear Roy's cadence in Waylon's voice, which is strange to me because I would not have associated the two. The picture here that you guys are seeing, let me see, I think it'd be on the upper left or right, whatever, the album cover hanging on. I never would have known that was Waylon because I've known Waylon as you know, the beard and the this and the that. But this is like a slicked back, 50s greaser type look, like the Rat Pack and those guys. But very interesting song. I mean, you could see, and this is why I love these time capsule type songs, if you will. Hearing artists, getting just a sense of where they started and where they ended up, because you could see like their career arc, decisions that they made, how labels would have wanted a given thing. And I don't blame labels for it. Labels do have a good sense of what's going to work and what's not. The problem with art, the problem with being an employee of any type, in fact, not that artists are employees, but in a sense, anybody who sort of needs you to do a given thing, they want to mold you a bit and then just let you go do what you do. They don't want to have to be on top of you all the time because that's a lot of work away from what their other responsibilities are. But a label is going to want to have say over what kind of songs they think are going to work, coming from, it's a visual art, it's an aesthetic. As entertainment is aesthetic. It's not just auditory in terms of songs, but it's aesthetic, it's performance quality, it's the vibe you get from them. And labels can say, yeah, I can see people being attracted. Women say to Waylon physically to him, but then he's got to have something to offer, and we think we have the right songs for him or some good songs for him to showcase that. And I get it. They want to recoup their investment in the artists. So I don't begrudge labels for that approach because it's very expensive to promote artists, to make albums or just, make websites nowadays and digital downloads and get them promoted, and the payroll required to have radio reps and all this going on. So I don't begrudge them that. And I don't begrudge artists or people for taking advantage of what the label will offer them and doing songs they might not otherwise do to jumpstart their careers. But I do love seeing when it works for them to depart from where they started. And obviously, Waylon went in his direction. There are a number of folks that got dropped from their label that never recovered. I don't know if he got dropped or just said, I'm doing something different. But Waylon he's got a uniqueness too. I mean, they all do, but when I use the word unique, it's because I'm searching for words to describe what they're about. Like every artist is his or her own person, which means they're unique. They have their own signature, their own fingerprint that they're leaving. But they're not all difficult for me to describe. Bob Dylan, I could describe, for example. Even though he's a little enigmatic, he just is in his own zone, and he's more a poet. He's a lyricist and social activist, not in this negative sense of it, but he brings social awareness to things that are going on out there in the world. He's not unique in that regard to me, because he's relatively easy for me to describe and get a handle on. Waylon, on the other hand, is not. Dwight Yoakam, on the other hand, is not. And maybe that's what I like about him. I like the challenge of having to figure things out. I mean, obviously, I have a reaction channel where I've done about 5,000 reactions, and I love the challenge of figuring things out. I do. I love the mental requirements, if you will, the exertion required of connecting the dots and having something relevant to say that, would resonate with people and would even make sense to me. And Waylon has a certain je ne sais quoi in French that's indefinable, but his career arc, I think once he got into outlaw, he was more readily definable because it was more true to him. This song here, it was nice. It was a nice song. And you're right, it did feature some nice vocalization from him and a different side of him. But this is harder to describe because it's not the Waylon that I know. And, the one that said, I may be crazy, but it's kept me from going insane, or it keeps me from going insane. But this may not have been a Roy Orbison song. It might have just been that you threw that in there, that Elvis said that Roy Orbison's the only one who could outsing Elvis. But in your opinion, you think Waylon not be able to outsing Elvis. But what was the wording here? Oh, yeah, outsing him. I don't know about that. But Waylon certainly is eminently listenable. Certainly in the later albums that he put out. So, should I rate this one, Travis? I think I'll rate it like I normally do. All right. I'm coming in with an 8.6 on this. It was a nice song. It was Waylon, certainly. There was some meat on the bones in this one. The Waylon that I love and that hits me deeper when I hear him sing is the later Waylon. I don't know if this is true to Waylon's heart. I would have loved to have gotten, maybe there are interviews out there of Waylon talking about his early career and what it was like for him and what certain songs were like for him to sing. And now that would be fascinating. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Travis, thank you again, my friend, and welcome to the club. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.